At first, Dore wondered if he was messing with her, but the expression on his face was too sincere. She reminded him that he already had a girlfriend, but he denied ever dating anyone. He even pointed out that she was no longer wearing the glasses she used to wear every day. However, it had been years since she had gotten LASIK, and that's when she realized something was definitely wrong. She asked how he had gotten into the accident. He replied that he wasn't sure, but he had probably crashed his bike, all while continuing to pester her about why she wasn't answering his confession. Dore then asked how old he was. Annoyed, he replied that of course he was the same age as her, but when she asked again, he smiled and said that he was 18. Meanwhile, Haewon's friends were looking for him, worried, as he had asked for the date earlier and then suddenly run off, saying he needed to go to school. They spotted him outside talking to a girl and, seeing Dore's nervous expression, immediately assumed that he was picking a fight with someone. One of his friends shouted at him and dragged him back to the doctor. The doctor told them that it seemed Haewon was suffering from memory loss due to his head injury, which, of course, shocked his friends. Haewon himself also seemed a little sad. Meanwhile, it was only now that Dore realized that the reason he had asked her to meet back then was because he actually liked her. Out of all the scenarios she had imagined because of the rumors, this had never even been a possibility. After this, she went to see Gahi, talked with her for a bit, and then started to leave. Gahi also stepped out of her room to see Haewon for the first time after the accident. Meanwhile, Haewon's friends were still shocked and worried about him after hearing the news. But the only thing on his mind was whether Dore had accepted his proposal or not. Then he remembered that she had come to see him, so he asked his friends if his girlfriend had been at the hospital that day. Of course, they said yes. Hearing that, he immediately got up and left, happy because it meant she had accepted his confession. Dore's mind was still in turmoil when Haewon suddenly came up from behind and hugged her. At first, she didn't even know who it was. He simply smiled at her lovingly and said that she was his. Her face turned red from shock, and before she could say anything, she saw So Gahi looking around for Haewon, which made her panic to her core.